My first show here at Plymouth was The Drowsy Chaperone, and it was different than any other theater experience I had ever done. It was the most professional I think I had ever worked up until that point. We were working with Kevin Hill, who has worked with Broadway companies before, so it was definitely an experience that I had to really decide if I wanted to do this and if I wanted to put the effort and the work in, and it kind of proved to me that I was capable of doing this. When I started doing the show, it really showed me where my limits were, and it made me progress past those limits and really see what kind of work is needed to create good and powerful theater. Les Mis was also a really interesting experience. It was in a different space. I had taken a year off from doing shows, and so I was kind of nervous in the beginning of coming into it just because of the grandness of Les Mis and how well known it is. But it's one of those shows I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the work, and I fell in love with the music, and I think for me, working with Sharon Paquette as the director, she has such a different perspective because she uses viewpoints and all those sorts of things. She likes to look outside of the box and then bring it all into the roots of the show. And so that was a really different experience for me. I had never worked with a director like that before. It was something that I had never really understood, is finding the truth in everything, finding the truth in the theater. Avenue Q was by far my favorite theater experience I think I've ever had. Just because of how fun and endearing the show is. It's something that I really connected with the themes, leaving college and all of that sort of, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And also, playing Rod was something for me that it challenged me on a personal level to be comfortable with myself, and as well as learning embodying the struggles of what his life is, and finding the comedy in that too, and the realness in that it is funny. It is funny that he is so conservative, but in a way almost knows that he's gay and knows all that. On top of that, learning to use a puppet in a correct way was one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and Robin Marcotte did an amazing job really showing us how to bring life to the puppet, and it's all about those minute, small movements, and I don't know, finding that specificity was it was really difficult, and that show for me showed me that you can, as long as you go into the challenge with an open mind and you're excited and you're ready to take it on, you can do it. Threepenny Opera was extremely different from any other show, only because Brecht's work is not like Avenue Q or Les Mis. It doesn't have that sort of on the surface, this is the story. You really have to listen to the words and listen to what all of the symbolism is. Forum. I loved Forum. I love working with Fran Page. He was the director for Avenue Q, and working with him again for Forum, I was extremely excited, but also a little nervous, only because I was taking on the role of Erroneous, which is an ancient old man, and I have a tendency to read very, very young. So when I was given that role, when I accepted that role, I had no idea where I was even going to begin. Fran just, really helped me and put all of the ideas in and let me do the work and let me find the character and find all the physicalization and find really where this character is, because of the nature of the character, you really have to find his truth to make his jokes read funny, because they can get repetitive and they can also get monotonous. So it was a really awesome challenge for me, because I had never played a part probably older than 30 in my life, and so having to go to that extreme of really old and broken down, it was awesome. It was a really great challenge.